Hello dear students, as you all know we are doing chapter number 14 oscillations of course class 11th, and in the last video lecture we have discussed about simple harmonic motion, the definition of simple harmonic motion. And as per that definition, just for a quick revision, I am telling you, in simple harmonic motion what we say that if a particle oscillates about a mean position under a influence of a force which is directly proportional to displacement from the mean position, and the direction of force is always towards the mean position. This displacement, suppose this is your mean position and this particle is oscillating about its mean position. This particle goes that side, then after come back this side, then after again goes to mid side. Then we define its motion SHM if the force acting on the particle, which is called restoring force, the force is always towards the mean position. Suppose the particle is here. The force acting on the particle is always towards the mean position, but its displacement is measured away from the mean position. So displacement is always in opposite direction of force, and that's why one negative sign is there. Further, when we analyze this equation, so for removing that proportionality sign, we have to put one constant. So K is the constant which is called force constant. Again, that F can be written as Ma. So Ma is equal to minus Kx, and from here that K is equal to minus K by M into X. In place of K by M, we can write omega square. So it is minus omega square X, which again an equation which represents SHM. And from here we can say that acceleration acting on the particle is always proportional to the displacement from the mean position. The direction of acceleration is in the direction of force, that's why it is towards the mean position. Displacement is always away from the mean position, that is why one negative sign is there. So this condition, if we prove for a body is moving in under these conditions, either this or this, then we can say the body is executing SHM. Till here we have done in the last video lecture. Today we are going to discuss about the differential equation of SHM, the equation which represents SHM. Okay, so let us move to that topic. So today's topic is differential equation of SHM. SHM is simple harmonic motion. So let us start from where we have done a study that F is proportional to what? Minus X. This is as per the definition of simple harmonic motion. Then in place of if you remove that proportionality sign, one constant comes. So that constant is minus K. Then after F can be written as M into A, which is again equal to minus Kx. So A is equal to what? Minus K upon M into X. That K upon M can be written as minus omega square into X, that we have discussed already. Okay. From where this omega come, we'll discuss it afterwards in this under this topic only. Okay. So now this A can be written as dv upon dt is equal to minus omega square into x. dv upon dt is rate of change of velocity is equal to acceleration, and this velocity can be written as d upon dt of dx upon dt, because velocity is rate of change of displacement only. So it is equal to what? Minus omega square into x. I hope till this point it is clear. Then after, now this dx upon dt, and again it is being differentiated. So we are going to have double derivative of x. So it will be d square x upon dt square, and this omega square x is transferred to this side. So we are going to have omega square x is equal to what? 0. Let this be equation number 1. So this equation number 1 is a double order differential equation in x. Okay, so this equation is termed as differential equation of SHM. This equation is termed as differential equation of SHM. I hope the steps are clear. Till here we have done yesterday also. Now from A can be written as dv by dt and V can be written as by dx by dt. dx by dt is being differentiated, x is differentiated twice, so it can be written as like this, and this equation is called differential equation of SHM. Equation 1 represents differential equation of SHM. So now we have an equation and we have to solve that equation. To find its solution, what we do, we say that let the solution of equation 1 in the form of okay, what is the equation? Just see, x is equal to capital A cos omega t plus capital B sin omega t, where A and B are constant to be determined. And why I am saying this, that this equation is the solution of equation number 1. Okay, this A and B are constant and they have to be determined, but this is the another thing. But this equation, how this equation can be a solution of the first equation? So let us see that thing, why this equation is said to be a solution of the first equation. So what equation we are saying that? We are saying that x is equal to what? A cos omega t plus B sin omega t. Okay, this is the equation. Now let us differentiate this equation. We are going to have dx upon dt is equal to capital A, the differentiation of cos is minus sin omega t. Omega t is being differentiated again, so it is omega. So it is minus a omega sin omega t plus b, differentiation of sin is cos omega t, and 1 omega is also there. So dx by dt is equal to minus a omega sin omega t plus b omega cos omega t. If it is again being differentiated, so d square upon dt square is equal to, let me make some more space over here. If it is being differentiated again, so dx square upon dt square is equal to what? Minus a omega, it is already there. The differentiation of sin omega t is going to be what? Cos omega t. Omega t is again being differentiated, so it will be omega square plus b omega. Differentiation of sin cos omega t is sin omega t, and omega t is again differentiated, 1 omega will come, so it will be square. One more thing, the differentiation of cos is minus sin, therefore 1 minus sin is there. Now what I can do, just see, d square x upon dt square is equal to, if I take minus omega square common, so I am going to have a cos omega t plus b sin omega t, which is assumed as x. So what we can write in place of this, we can write x, so it will be d square x upon dt square is equal to minus omega square x, or we can write d square x upon dt square plus omega square x is equal to what? 0. And this is same as the equation number 1. From where we have started actually? We have started from here. X is equal to a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. It has nothing to do with SHM. But since the double derivative equation, its solution is given in this form only, and just to make you sure that how that solution comes, I have done this thing. Okay, in examination you do not need to do this unless you are asked that show that this is this represents the double derivative equation or the differential equation of SHM, then you have to solve all this. If in the examination it is being asked what is the differential equation of SHM, derive it, you have to do till here only. Is it clear? But if it is being asked that show that this equation represents SHM, so from here you have to come over here, and then after you have to tell that this equation is the differential equation of SHM, and that's why this equation x is equal to a cos omega t plus b sin omega t, it represents a SHM. Okay, so this is all about differential equation of SHM. This equation number 1, this equation is called differential equation of SHM, and this x is equal to a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. This equation, let it be equation number 2. So equation number 2 is called general expression of SHM. Equation number 2 is called general expression of SHM. This is the general expression of SHM. As per the SHM, either it's A will be 0 or B will be 0. Okay, so we'll see in afterwards some examples. Is it clear? So this is all about differential equation of SHM. I hope the topic is very much clear to you. Just take the screenshot from the video. You have to make the notes according to this video only. One more thing very important from here we can conclude. Just see this equation. D square x upon dt square is equal to minus omega square x. And that equation you can compare with this equation always, but just let me make a modification over here. We can write a, since double derivative of x is there, so we can write a is equal to minus omega square x, or we can write a is proportional to minus x. So acceleration of the particle is proportional to minus x, which is again a condition of, from here we have already studied that, from here we can write a is proportional to minus x again. So this is again an equation represents SHM. So one more conclusive evidence, one more conclusive equation is there, which says that this equation is the general expression of SHM. Is it clear? Now we are going to talk about some important definitions related to SHM. Then after we'll start doing the examples and the more about this expression and all. Okay, so let us do some important definitions related to SHM. Now let us define some important terms related to SHM. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to define what is oscillator. I'm just telling you the definitions so that you can understand. Okay, you will make notes by yourselves. What is oscillator? The oscillator is what? The particle which is actually doing the SHM. Okay, like suppose if we take example of a simple pendulum. So who is doing SHM over here? If this pendulum goes that side and this side, then who is executing SHM? Obviously this pendulum. So this pendulum is called oscillator. This pendulum is called oscillator. The body which is doing SHM. Okay. One more thing, like one more example you can take. If a liquid is there, all these examples we are going to do afterwards will prove this motion is SHM, will prove this thing as an SHM. Suppose one cylindrical object is there and that object is floating in the water. It is in equilibrium. Now what we do? We simply press it by a force F and then release, then just remove our force. Then what will happen? This whole body will start oscillating in the liquid. You must have seen that also while playing cricket or something. Ball must be going in some water, logging and anything. So you start throwing the stones. So ball keeps on oscillating. It does not come with the wave. That we'll discuss in the next chapter. Okay, why the ball is not coming with the wave, but the ball starts vibrating over that on that position only. So that oscillation, up and down motion, the ball is said to be what? Oscillator. The particle which executes SHM is called oscillator. Second thing is displacement. Displacement. What is displacement? Displacement is what? Like suppose this pendulum, at a particular instant, the pendulum is not that side. It is at this position. So from mean position, What is its displacement? Displacement is always measured from the mean position. Okay, it will not be like the particle is here, so we'll measure this displacement. This is going to be the wrong one. Displacement is always measured from mean position to the particle. Okay, so displacement is always away from the mean position. Displacement is always away from the mean position. It is a very important point. It is always away from mean position. Mean position, right? Okay. Third thing is amplitude. Amplitude. What is amplitude? What is amplitude? Amplitude is the maximum displacement. Maximum displacement on either side. Either side. Okay. Suppose if this pendulum is going maximum at this position, so this displacement, this is called amplitude. Okay. You must have enjoyed swing. Okay. So if this is a swing, and if it is this, this person is you, so now if this swing is going this side and that side, so this is the maximum displacement the swing is having. So this is going to be what? This is going to be amplitude. Amplitude is maximum displacement on either side. Okay. Fourth thing is, I hope you must be knowing this thing, time period. What is time period? Time taken to complete one oscillation. Time taken to complete one oscillation. This must be you have studied in your lower classes also. Time taken to complete one oscillation. And what is that one oscillation? When it is said to be that one oscillation is being done. Suppose you started from the mean position, you go this side, then after you go this side, and then after you come back to your mean position. Till this time, now you are said to be completed one oscillation from mean position to the maximum displacement. Again from that displacement to the displacement on the other side. Then you come back to the mean position. Then you are said to have one complete oscillation. Now one complete oscillation has been performed, one complete oscillation has been done. Okay. So time taken to complete one oscillation, and we'll discuss the formula also. What is the time period? What is the this one formula of that one? We'll discuss it on later on. Fifth one is frequency. Frequency. What is frequency? So basically the reciprocal of time interval, it is denoted by small f, 1 upon time period. But there's a definition also. This is a mathematical form. But what is the definition? Definition is the number of oscillations done in 1 second. The number of oscillations done in 1 second is called what? It is called frequency. Okay, the number of oscillations done in 1 second is called frequency. Okay, let us move ahead now. The next thing we are going to discuss is angular frequency. Angular frequency. What is that angular frequency? For the sake of just defining it, I'm telling you the definition, but the more feeling you'll get when we'll start doing the examples of SHM. Just for the sake of telling definitions, I'm telling you the definition. It is defined as the product of 2 pi and the frequency. Means angular frequency is denoted by omega and it is given by 2 pi f, and f is given by 1 upon t. So we'll have 2 pi upon capital T also. Okay, 2 pi upon capital T. So this is the relation between omega, frequency and the time period. Okay, this relation is very important. It will come in almost all the topics of the chapter. All the topics, all the examples we are going to do, it is going to be there. Okay. So this is the angular frequency, definition of angular frequency. Okay. Okay. Let me try to explain you from where this has come. Suppose if you represent an equation, represent an SHM, y is equal to a sine omega t. Suppose that cos terms is 0. Either we can take cos also, we can take sine also, no problem. So if you represent the graph of this one, I hope you have not problem that this equation represents a SHM where the cos was 0. General expression is what? B cos omega t. Okay. So if B is 0, then the whole is going to be 0. Okay, it is possible. So y is equal to a sine omega t. It represents a SHM that we have discussed earlier also, right? So if I make a graph, just for the make it simple, I am taking only one function. So if I make it the graph of the sine theta, the graph is going to be like this. Okay. If on this axis I am going to take omega t, then on this axis I have to take y. So when this omega t is equal to what? Pi by 2, this y is going to be what? Suppose if I put pi by 2, what we are going to have? We are going to have capital A. It is amplitude. This is pi, sine pi is equal to 0, y is 0. This is 3 pi by 2. On this point of time, the y is equal to what? Minus a. Then after it is 2 pi. Okay. So this is the event where this omega t is equal to what? 2 pi. And here one oscillation is complete. It starts from this position. It goes one side, come back to this one, then again go on the other side, then come back to this position. So here one oscillation has been completed at this point of time. So 2 pi is equal to what? What is the value of omega t over here? So omega t is equal to what? 2 pi. And since this is the time taken to complete one oscillation, so I must write capital T over here. So omega capital T is equal to 2 pi. So T is equal to what? 2 pi by omega. T is equal to what? 2 pi by omega. From here also you can calculate that. Or if I calculate the value of omega, so what we are going to have? T is divided that side. 2 pi by capital T. 1 upon T is given by what? 2 pi into frequency. This is how this formula comes. Okay, from the graph. That we will do afterwards also, but since I am telling angular frequency this time only, so just I thought to give you a feel from where it has come. I hope it is clear. I have represented a SHM. On this axis I have taken omega t. On this axis I have taken y. From here, one oscillation has completed over here. Since this is the value of omega t and where the one oscillation has been completed, that's why omega t, I have written capital T to represent time period. Omega capital T is equal to 2 pi. So T is equal to what? 2 pi by omega. Or omega is equal to what? 2 pi by capital T, which I have written earlier also. Okay. So this is how the angular frequency has been defined. Okay. Now, the next thing is, the next definition is phase. So let me remove from the bottom one. This formula is there. The next definition I have to do is phase. What is phase? Phase. Let me make it simple for you. If an SHM is represented by y is equal to a sine omega t plus minus phi naught, suppose it should be plus or it should be minus, suppose it is phi naught. So this whatever written in front of sine, this all is called phase. It is, I am making just simple for you. An SHM can be represented by y is equal to a sin omega t plus phi naught, y is equal to a cos omega t plus phi naught, y is equal to a sin omega t plus b sin omega t. Okay. In that case, how the phase is defined, I am going to tell you that. But suppose if it is written y is equal to a sin omega t plus phi naught. So whatever written in front of sine, that is a phase. And what that phase gives you? The phase gives you information about the particle's position, instantaneous position. It describes the position. Say in this part of the equation, left hand side of the equation, A is the amplitude. This is constant. This is not going to be changed with time. So what is there which is which is describing the position? Of course, it is omega t plus phi naught. Sine is a trigonometric function. It is a harmonic function, right? Okay. So, but omega t is phi naught. This is the thing which is changing with time. And that's why it is called phase. Phase is something which describes the instantaneous position of the particle. At what time the particle is where, that is being defined by this phase. One more confusion can be there. If general expression I am writing as y is equal to a sine omega t plus b cos omega t. It could be written as a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. A and b can be interchanged, no problem is there. So y is equal to a sin omega t plus b sin omega b cos omega t. What is the phase over here? What is the phase here? Okay, so let us simplifying it to define phase. Suppose I am writing a is equal to some constant. Okay, suppose I am taking, which constant I should take? Small a, small b. Suppose I am taking small a sine theta, and b can be written as small a cos theta. Okay, or just trying to change it. I can take this also, no problem with that. Or suppose let us take this one only, a cos theta. So what I am going to have now, the value of a and the value of theta has to be determined. That will do later on. So y is equal to, in place of a we can write a sin omega t sin theta plus, in place of b, a cos theta cos omega t, or if I take a common, so in bracket we can write cos omega t cos theta plus sin omega t sin theta, cos a cos b sin a sin b. What we can write? We can write a cos omega t minus theta. Okay, so or we can simply write a cos omega t minus theta, where now this equation is a single power of single sine or single cosine function. It represents SHM. This also represents SHM, and this equation can be converted this form of the equation. So what we can say? We can say that a single sine, you should make this note of this point, a single sine or single cosine represents SHM. This is the general expression, and this is a solution. But in this solution, this a and theta, that this has to be determined. Okay, this has to be determined. What is the value of a and what is the value of theta, and that can be done very easily. There is no, you can say, critical thing is there. That can be done very easily. How that? Just see these two equations. If we square them and add them, we are going to have a square plus b square is equal to, a square has taken common, so what we are going to have? Sine square theta plus cos square theta. So a square plus b square is equal to a square, because this is going to be 1. So a is equal to what? Under root a square plus b square. In terms of capital A and capital B, small a can be calculated. Also, if theta has to be calculated, just divide them. So a sin theta upon a cos theta, what you are going to have? Capital A upon B. So a and a will be cancelled out. So tan theta is going to be what? A upon B. Or we can write theta is equal to what? Tan inverse A upon B. This is the value of theta. Okay, so theta can also be determined. So what is the phase in this equation? Phase is omega t minus theta. Here phase cannot be given because omega t and omega t is there, and this is the sum of these two functions. So phase cannot be given when the SHM is represented by summation of two trigonometric quantities. So we have to convert that equation into a single sine or single cosine function, and then after we can give the phase. Here the phase is omega t minus theta, where theta is equal to tan inverse A upon B. Okay, let me give you a simple question so that you can understand. Let me remove all this. Suppose a question is like this. Question: show that y is equal to capital 3 sine omega t plus omega t minus phi plus 4 cos omega t. Let me give the value of phi also. Let this be pi by 4. Okay, cos omega t represents SHM. Also find its phase and amplitude. This is a question. This is a question which comes in the you can say competitions also. So what we are going to have solution? We are going to have y is equal to 3 sine omega t minus pi by 4 plus 4 cos omega t. Okay, so what I'm going to do is y is equal to can be written as 3 sine omega t cos pi by 4 minus 3 sine pi by 4 cos omega t plus 4 cos omega t. What I have done, I have applied sin A minus B formula over here. Sin A cos B, cos B, cos B sin A. So y is equal to 3 cos, value of cos pi by 4 is what? 45 degree. So it is going to be 3 by root 2 sin omega t minus 3 by root 2 cos omega t plus 4 cos omega t. I can take cos omega t as common, 3 by root 2 whole common, or let it be like this, 3 by root 2 sin omega t minus 3 by root 2 plus 4. What should we write? If I take minus common, so this become minus 4 cos omega t is being common. So I'm going to have 3 by root 2 sin omega t minus 3 by root 2 minus 4 cos omega t, right? Now I have to make it simple. So what I'm going to do, let 3 by root 2 is equal to capital A cos theta and 3 by root 2 minus 4 is equal to what? Capital A sin theta. The value of A and theta has to be determined. So if we put these values over here, we are going to have y is equal to root 3 by 2 sin omega t. In place of root 3 by 2, we can root A cos theta. So A cos theta sin omega t minus 3 by root 2 minus 4. It can be written as A sin theta. So A sin theta cos omega t. Now if I take capital A common, so it is sin omega t cos theta, sin theta cos omega t. It can be written as what? Sin omega t minus theta. So this is the value, this is the SHM represented by this equation, y is equal to capital A sin omega t minus theta. Now the question is, we have to find the value of capital A because we have assumed that, and theta because we have applied that. A is the amplitude of this SHM. which is being asked, find its amplitude, and theta, omega t minus theta is actually phase. So we have to calculate theta also, so that we can write what is the phase. How this capital A has to be calculated, so how we are going to calculate it. This is a solution simply, you can take screenshot. I'm going to remove that. Okay. Now how that A has to be calculated, just see. Just square these equations and add them. So we are going to have capital A is square cos square theta plus capital A square sin square theta is equal to 3 upon root 2 whole square plus 3 by root 2 minus 4 whole square. A square can be taken common. We have cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is obviously 1. So it is A square is equal to, here what we are going to have, root 3 by 2 root 3 by root 2 whole square. It is going to be 9 upon 2 plus A square minus B, A square plus B square minus 2AB. So it is going to be 9 by 2 plus 16 minus 2 multiplied by 3 by root 2 minus 4 multiplied by. So what we are going to have from here, 9 by 2 plus 9 by 2, it is going to be 9. 9 plus 16, it is going to be 25 minus, so here this root 2 will cut the root 2 times, 3 4s are 12, 12 root 2. Okay, 25 minus 12, the value of root 2 is 1.41. So 25 minus 12 1s are 12, 12 4s are 48 plus 1 49, 12 1s are 12 plus 4 16, 16.92. If we subtract that, we are going to have 25 minus 16 has supposed to be 9, but it is going to be 8.08. 8 2s are 10, 9 1 10, 8 plus 16. Okay, very good. So A square is going to be 8.08. So A is going to be what? Under root 8.08 unit. This is going to be what? This is going to be the amplitude. Okay. One more thing is remaining, that is the theta. So theta can be calculated as, just divide those equations. We are going to have A sin theta upon A cos theta. We are going to have A sin theta is above 3 by root 2 minus 1 upon 3 by root 2. Sorry, it is 4. So 3 by root 2 minus 4 upon 3 by root 2. A and A will be cancelled out. We are going to have tan theta is equal to what? So here it is going to be 3 minus 4 root 2 upon 3. So theta is equal to what? Tan inverse 3 minus 4 root 2 upon 3. This is the value of theta. So when we write phase, so we should measure omega t minus tan inverse this much. This is the phase and this is the amplitude. I hope you are able to understand how we are going to calculate amplitude and the phase if general equation is being given like this. Okay, suppose this is not cos, this is sine only. So we will solve accordingly. Sine and cos, they can be interchanged. Okay, so accordingly we are going to solve it. Okay, so this is I think this is all for the day. We have learned the definitions, we have learned so many things. Okay, tomorrow I will start doing the SHM, and then after I'll tell you velocity, acceleration, how these are going to be found out. Then after we'll do the examples. Okay, so I hope this is all for the day, and we'll move toward the next topic in the next video lecture. Thank you.